guys, Patient Zero here, once again bringing you my thoughts on the state of modern gaming. And we are flying on the wings of change. It's been a little while since my last video, mainly because I had my kid a week ago. My son was born at 1:10 a.m. on Father's Day, June 16th. So I've been dealing a lot with that. But not the only change happening around here. As we saw, Xbox One's DRM policies and used games policies are gone. They listened to the gamers and they are removing it and switching it back to the system we use today. Many people consider this a win for gamers. I am with them. I am very happy they made this decision because this actually was a deal breaker for Xbox One for me initially, as I buy most of my games used, and so I kind of need that market to exist. I'm not going to be buying a console early on anyways because I really just don't have the funding for it, but this is how I get my games and how I enjoy new games. I'm really glad to see it. So a lot of people have just changed their tune now and said, I'm buying an Xbox One. I'm a little bit more leery as I don't see how Microsoft will continue to stick to this change. They want to change the status quo, they want to advance, whether that turns out to be good for gamers or not. And I just don't think they've thought through everything in this matter. In the post-E3, we've seen a lot of developments in this regard for what will happen with the new consoles. PS4 came out of E3 initially with a huge advantage, and now that seems to be dwindling because big Xbox people are now flocking back to Xbox One saying, hooray! And so we don't know how much ground the PS4 will lose here. Although, I do find it interesting that Sony has not stated any kind of reaction to Microsoft's change. I guess they're just confident in what their system provides. As for Sony, I don't see them needing to change. They're doing pretty well for themselves here. The PS4 looks like a good console. The price point is better than what most people expected, and they have good exclusives, so PS4 will be a console to have. I don't think it will do as well as the PS2. Of course, that's almost impossible to do, but they will do well for themselves. I think Xbox One will too now, and a lot of people are still complaining about Kinect functionality and the requirement of the Kinect connection. I am not actually against this. I feel like the Kinect has a lot of untapped potential. There are many things that could be done with it, but the problem was the install base was so small in comparison to the Xbox 360 install base as a whole that no developers wanted to really take the risk and put forth any really new innovative ways to use the Kinect on the 360. With every Xbox One having a Kinect, we should see a much larger install base, and therefore more developers will be willing to take the risk in trying new innovations with the Kinect. Now, the other thing that interested me about E3 is the way Nintendo kind of posted itself as the third-party candidate in the kind of race of these console wars. And they have a lot of things coming out that actually really excite me for getting a Wii U. Nintendo has had a history of really slow starts in consoles recently, with the DS and the 3DS, and back at the GameCube was also a slow build. And even then it didn't really ever take off as a major hit, but it was still a good console and a lot of people enjoyed it. But the DS and 3DS both took a year or more to hit their stride and have done really well in the aftermath. I think the same is coming for the Wii U. It may be a little bit more than a year, but I think 2014 will be the year to get a Wii U because with Super Smash Bros. 4 coming, with Mario Kart 8 looking really good, with that unknown title X that looks really interesting on the Nintendo Direct, and interesting titles like the Wonderful 101. The Wii U is starting to establish itself as a major player with some really good exclusives coming, and as Nintendo releases more first-party titles for the Wii U, that's when the time to buy a Wii U will come. I'm still unsure of which I'm going to get out of the three first, the Wii U, the One, or the PS4. Probably the Wii U because it'll have the lowest price point, but I'm expecting a lot from these consoles, and I think this console generation is shaping up to be better and better as time goes on. I know a lot of people are jaded, but I'm excited. So, we'll see how things go. I'd love to hear your opinions, leave them in the comments, and tell me what you think and what console you'll be buying. But other than that, just just enjoy yourselves. This is Patient Zero, and I'll see you in game.